the work. How about we do this? How about every time I clear my throat, you guys can clap and I can rest for a while and think about something to say. If I forget what I'm going to say, I'm just going to clear my throat and you can clap for a while. So pay attention from now on. Yeah. When I took that gold medal and took the photo with the referee gave me a letter. I didn't think much of it. I thought it, just a piece of paper. I thought it's something, maybe a certification. Let's say thank you for competing, yada yada yada. And that night, I went out for a celebratory drink with a friend, and I told him I got a piece of paper from the referee, and he said, "Hey, let me see it." And he read the paper and he said, "Did you know you just got qualified to fight on Team Canada for the World Tournament?" So that means I'm now going to be preparing for this upcoming September. The World Tournament is going to be held here in Richmond, and it's a sanctioned Olympic event. So I kind of skipped the whole Paralympic thing and went directly to Paralympic. So now let's backtrack a little bit. How did I get into this whole martial art and self-defense business? Before I forget, after we are done here, and when you guys have some free time, I'll be hanging out around the patio. I will, if you are interested in talking with self-defense or some one-on-one time with techniques or stuff like that, you can come see me. I will teach the girls for free. I actually brought some basic training equipment, training weapons and stuff like that. So those of you who are interested can come take a look as well. When I first got into martial art, I was 7.5, 8 years old. I didn't like it. My parents didn't give me a choice. I got dragged kicking and screaming into it. Basically, I lost my sight and half of my hearing when I was 3 due to the Steven Johnson syndrome. And because of the disease, I was left a very small, very weak kid. And going to school, I went to public school, and I was constantly getting picked on, constantly getting into fights and constantly getting picked on. And even at home, my brothers would pick on me. So my father finally decided, okay, enough is enough. You've embarrassed your family enough. Just, we have to find a way to toughen you up. So he hired my first instructor, who was in the discipline of Taekwondo. And he happened to be the silver medalist of the Asian Taekwondo Association. And we hired him for private lessons and basically taught me how to be strong, get me in shape, and all that stuff. And as a child, I didn't understand that. As a child, I thought I was being tortured for no reason. I mean, to a lot of people here, torture might seem a strong word, but here in North America, we're so used to the nice training condition. Padded floor, padded gloves, padded weapons. When I was trained then, I was trained in Taiwan. And my first training day was mostly the instructor hold me by the hand and drag me to run the parking lot barefoot. And we ran until both of my feet were just skinned, totally skinned on the bottom. I couldn't go to school for 3 days. And 3 days later, continue. And after that, I got into other martial arts, judo, Muay Thai, kickboxing. And when I was 14, I trained with the Taiwanese military for 9 months. Then I came here to Canada and tried out fencing and karate. And right now I'm an instructor in karate self-defense, samurai karate, and I'm also a member of the local chapter of Krav Maga Force, which is a special force military discipline used in Israel. The Krav Maga discipline was developed specifically to fight terrorists. So I also teach that for my free time. When did I really start getting into martial arts? I think it was not until I was 13 and 14 when I really understood that if I don't ever want to get picked on, I have to be able to project that aura. I have to be able to say, I'm not afraid of you. I have to be able to back myself up. So a lot of people here, a lot of people think that self-defense and martial art means you learn to beat someone up, but that's not it. The real self-defense is mostly around how to not to get into conflict, how to extract yourself from conflict, and how to resolve a conflict if it does have to happen. I want to tell you a little story here. My sparring partner told me, he said when he was little, he used to get bullied by this big kid in school. Every school has a big fat kid who go around and yeah, so he used to get his lunch money taken away and get pushed from behind, all that stuff. And then he went home and told his dad, Dad, the kids keep picking on me in school. Can you go and deal with it? Dad said, no, but I can show you how to deal with it. He said, okay, cool. How do I deal with it? His dad said, next time the bully come, even look at you the wrong way, just take your hand and whack him over the nose gently. You don't have to do it hard. You don't have to hurt him. Just whack it hard enough to hurt a little. So, okay, cool. Next day, he went to school. The bully came over. Hey, give me your money. He take his hand, whack. And the bully kind of looked at him and then beats the heck out of him. Okay, so the end of the day, he went back home. Dad, didn't work. His dad said, no, okay, I knew it. Just do that again tomorrow. Next day, same thing. Give me your money. Whack. Beats the heck out of him again. He went home. Dad, look at me. I'm all black and blue because of you. Dad said, no. You got to do it again tomorrow. He's like, really? Next day, the bully came over. Hey, what's up? And then here, whack! Got the beat the crap out of him again. And that happened to be Friday. He went home. He said, Dad, I don't care what you say. I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to do that anymore. You don't know what you're talking about. Went back to school Monday. The bully never even looked his way again. From that last Friday on, that bully never bothered him again. And he went home, Dad, look, he left me alone. And Dad said, yeah, because he finally learned that he has a choice. He either bother you and get whacked on the nose or he leave you alone. So that's basically what self-defense is about. You have to get people, you have to be able to project an impression that you know how to protect yourself, you know how to handle yourself. And this is not, I'm not just going to talk about fighting, this is about anything, accident, fire, getting lost. It's, why should blind people learn martial art or self-defense? Because it gets you out of the victim mode. And when I didn't clear my throat there, so let's try that again. Let's try that again. You guys are such good audience. Without the audience, they just say the heck with you and then they ignore me. Yeah. So when you no longer feel that you are a victim or feel that you are going to be victimized, then you will not be a victim. And this will translate to people not see you as a victim. And to be honest, if you are an employer, you wouldn't want to hire someone who's always a victim. If you're going to pay me $20, you would rather hire a winner. You wouldn't want to hire a victim. And so, benefit of self-defense is not just about fighting, although that's the cool part. I'll admit that that's a good part. But it's about how you handle yourself in public, how you interact with your friends. If you are always nervous, if you're always scared, then you'll always run into trouble, because there are always people out there who will look for the easy prey. People who will intimidate you and try to get you to do what they want. And not just bad people. I'm sure some of you will have experienced your friends will do that to you. Your friends will unknowingly or knowingly say things like, if you do this or if you do that again, I will not help you read your document. Or I will not drive you home. And if you can stand up and say, oh yeah, well, that's okay, I can make my own way home, then you take that away from them. Yeah. It makes the friendship balanced. Yeah. It makes the friendship equal, make you on equal footing. Yeah. So, I'm usually pretty long-winded, and I promise myself I'm going to cut myself short today. So we can have more time for more other things you guys might want to go do, or one-on-one sessions with me out at the patio. So for my closing statement, I want to tell you before I competed in the Tiger Bomb tournament, just a month before, I just recovered from a serious ankle injury. I was out of action for a whole month. Couldn't go to work, couldn't train. And that month I actually hit a bit of a depression. And because I read somewhere that once you hurt your ankle badly, it will never recover. You will never be 100%. And I thought, okay, that's it. That's it. I'm never going to be 100% again. I'm never going to be as good as before. While I was feeling sorry for myself and staying home, nothing to do, right? So I rewatched all the Rocky films. I don't know how many of you remember the Rocky films, but they are immensely inspiring, especially when you're an injured martial artist. And especially in the last film. In the last film, it's Rocky VI, called Rocky Balboa. Basically, Rocky is now 70 years old, an old man, and he wants to get back into boxing, have one last fight of his life. And there's something he said in this film that resonated deeply within my person, and I want to use that as my closing statement, because I'm sure a lot of you will have felt that way, and he put it more eloquently than I ever could. It's quite a mouthful, so I hope I don't mangle that too badly. This Rocky Balboa said when addressing the jury who just rebuked his boxing license because of his age. He said to them before he walked out the door, he said, "It is your right to listen to your gut. It ain't nobody's right to say no to you, especially when you've earned the right to be where you want to be and do what you want to do."